previously during the investigation.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
Krass. You didn't see the White Room before, did you?
No, I've never seen that before.
I think there's... no, you haven't, I think. There's actually another G in the Twin Peaks series to the White Room. There's, of course, in the Red Room also. I think there's something like this also in the series. I watched it last year, but I already forgot again. But yeah, it's a new environment, and it's... I think the Red Room is an environment which concerns like the whole town of what is it called? Greenvale. Yeah. And this is like more of a personal room for I just want to say Agent Dale Cooper, but he's actually York.
Yeah, it looks very divine and clean. And
yeah, that's right, very pure.
And the trees are all white, too.
Mm-hmm.
Open this door.
But it's actually the same graphic assets, right? It's just skinned.
You still want to enter?
Yeah, like a different.
And
color.
it's a maze. I think it's like a person.
Who the hell is that?
It's better than staying here.
Well, actually, I think it's easy to see who it is because of one
Very
distinct
well.
feature.
It's his dad. It looks like him as an older guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Look carefully.
Do you remember the old guy in the town which has like a gas mask?
Things from this
No.
because they should.
No, you don't. Well, he was barely in the story yet, and to your defense, it's been a few months. Anyway, let's have a look at this.
Oh, look at that. It's...
Mr. Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yeah, but you don't remember Mr. Stewart, the guy who gets like rolled around in
Is
his
the coffee
wheelchair
that good,
with
Mr.
the
Oh,
mask
that
on?
guy!
Yeah,
The chief of town, more or less.
yeah, the rich
dude.
guy, exactly. And he has these things on his neck which remind me of Dracula, or no, it's like the comic figure Hellboy. These Hellboy things on his neck, and the character in there had these too.
It says to hurry, and the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit.
Did you see what is in the circle there?
Polly,
It's
I think
somebody's
I'm going to go
face.
see Harry today.
Oh, really?
Well, that might be true.
He's a little strange, but
It looks like
the
somebody's
most
face.
trustworthy one around
Who's
here.
that?
I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
Of course. Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
It obviously said Harry.
Who's Harry?
Harry is Harry Stewart, I think.
The old guy. Ah, okay.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your
The story is
coffee.
getting more and more confusing to me.
The story gets more and more confusing in a way, but you know, people
York, I can't find
are explained
Thomas.
more and
Is he
more,
here?
and
No, I haven't seen him.
you
Have you
get
tried the radio?
to
I've been trying. But
see
he's
how
not answering.
threads are connected and stuff.
What
So
about
it
No
is
problem.
like a development that goes in the direction of
He's still saying he didn't
solving
do
the
it.
case slowly but surely.
Nick said that Thomas disappeared sometime.
But the whole
during
picture comes in the end.
He kept calling
Okay.
for him, but Thomas
Oh,
stopped
of course,
responding.
it's probably
I'm a bit
confusing.
worried. George has asked for permission to search for Thomas.
I understand that things have been hard for Thomas, but surely he's just resting at home. But I'm not against looking for him. Tell George that he has my blessing.
Okay. As far as I know, Thomas always calls in when he needs a day off.
We're human, and so we are limited. As far as you know, there haven't been any serial killings here before, right?
That's right, but that's not...
Emily, I'm going to see Harry today.
What? Why? We have plenty of other leads to follow, don't we?
He did invite me over, though. It would be bad manners not to accept.
Are you really an FBI agent? I think the FBI would take a more logical approach to investigations.
But Emily, a serial killer does not stay within the boundaries of logic. Thus, you can't hope to capture such a killer using only logic. That's why I'm going to see Harry. You go with George and find Thomas.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Thanks.
I was an idiot for thinking you might be a good pick. I really need to work on my taste in men.
Well, that's like another weird thing.
Oh, she's kind of in love.
Oh.
What did you mean with another weird thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's like a serial killer going on in some kind of weird cult and everybody's buying red powder or whatever, so why does the shit hit the fan just at this moment?
This map shows
There must
a
be
station
some
along
kind
the
of
abandoned extended lines
explanation for
track.
that.
Now that was a busy
Well-
place back when the lumber trade was big. No one goes near
It's
it
just
now, you
the
know.
right time and the right
like
place, and he comes.
graveyard.
It's not because the shit doesn't hit the fan
It's all
because he's
that.
there, but
Some
he goes
folks say
there
you can
because the
see
shit has
ghosts
hit the
there.
fan. You know, he
I
comes
don't
after the first
volunteer
killing,
this,
so
man.
Yeah.
and he sees the connection to an earlier case that he had.
But
Every
it
now
doesn't
and
seem
then,
like
a golden
well, people
opportunity
sh-
comes along.
it's like a small
Like a
town.
chance
People
to
should
leave
know
home for
what's
a
going
while
on or
and
have
earn
some
a lot
some
of
kind of
money.
clue.
There
Yeah.
were plenty
But
of them at the end
nobody
of the
does
80s.
seem to have a
The
clue.
lumber mill was
Well,
severely
let's see what
short-handed,
Harry Stewart
so they
has to
called
tell
in
us.
local
Okay.
outside workers. But the place was failing, and indeed it died before most of the poor guys got there. So there was like a load of labor.
I like these situations when he goes out of his
No place to
rockabilly
work,
routine.
No way to get back to where they came from. A fair amount of them decided to live on the train they had rode in on. I guess that must have been hard living on a train car that ain't moving.
What kept them in town?
Ah, now. The head of the lumber mill had been lying to them. Wait just a little longer, we'll have work for you soon, you know, that kind of thing. He was just a lying scumbag. No way to rock, man. But lies, they only last so long. With each day that passed, those unemployed guys got more angry. But then, something happened. And the timing for it was incredible. The rail car they were spending the night in just happened to catch fire, with all them inside it.
Incredible timing indeed.
Oh yeah, but the police couldn't find any evidence to pin it on anyone. They didn't have all those gadgets and stuff you guys got now. And the police were annoyed the unemployed guys were causing trouble. Nothing happened to the head of the lumber mill. It made the news as an accident. But the rumor says that a large number of those boys are still living in that train car, unaware that they're dead. You better be careful, Mr. FBI, if you go down there by yourself.
He becomes this creepypasta guy, basically.
Yeah.
And it looks like we have another psychic spot map, and I think I will do the next part of the main quest also in this video. But I might be wrong, but I think I will. But I'll probably first do the psychic map. Now let's see. Can't really recall.
So after you finished the stand, you might give it another try.
It?
Yeah.
I have read it when I was like 16.
Yeah, and what I really like about it, and that's what I kind of compare it to now, is that the best thing in it for me was that this town has had so many miseries. And you know how the miseries are explained? That people start doing really bad things without noticing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, kind of.
Where you had the burning of that dance place for black people during the segregation and stuff like that. And I thought that was just awesome. That kind of feel. You have like a town where really bad stuff happens.
Yeah. Like a
because there's some dark presence or something. Yeah.
Actions that are just evil.
Yeah. And committed by normal people. You know, not like. By...
Yeah. That's the theme from King.
Yeah, it is definitely.
And, yeah, that's a good association to this little story from Nick, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I talked about it.
Look at how I'm not able to hit the guy directly in front of me and almost die.
What the hell is happening?
I'm almost dead because I can't hit him because the hitbox is so screwed up. Well, anyways, it's just the beginning of the thing, and I'll just take some meds, some codeine or whatever it is, some morphine, and a lollipop at the top of it. Bam, you're good to go. Well, now I'm hitting them.
So why are there dead police officers? Maybe
Well, yeah, because I thought they were like guys working for the lumber mill, not police officers. You're absolutely right. That's bad, bad enemy placement, basically.
Yeah, or there were like police officers trying to find the, what do you call that? The guy who did it, and then they were killed also.
Well, maybe, or maybe they set the thing on fire and they got caught by the fire.
Or they're doomed for eternity.
Look
to
at how
the
this
place.
works. You can just run around in circles and wait for them to walk through the fire and then die.
Oh wow! Death by fire again.
Death by fire, exactly. It's pretty gruesome. Yeah, these things are actually quite heavy if you don't have, you know, the weaponry that I have and the, what is it called, the weather dole and stuff.
So is this just a side quest, or does this have anything to do with the main storyline?
It's a side quest that has nothing to do with the main storyline, but it's, you know, like you said, it's stuff that has gone wrong in this town.
Okay.
And like an anecdotal side quest of town culture history. Nothing to do with the main quest or recent happenings.
I love how that woman clinging to the ceiling is always there, kind of on the top of the screen.
She's always there. Well, this took forever, as you might be able to see.
Yeah, it looks pretty
end,
tedious.
At the end, there's a nice reward. I think it's actually one of the more useful weapons in game. There's one more enemy missing. And I had this weapon before, but not with unlimited ammo. I think it's gonna be the shotgun. Might be wrong, but I think it is. And
with unlimited ammo?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's pretty powerful because... yes, it is. Because it's a crazy knockback for the enemy that you have. And the enemy basically gets thrown to the ground and you have like 3-second window where you can do whatever. Just go past or... That's really good. It's one of the only weapons that has crowd control.
Okay.
Basically built in.
I made at the gallery ended up being a wasted attempt to save a life.
It's like in Fallout 2.
No mess.
The two-handed hammer which throws back enemies.
Ah.
Knocks them down.
Two-headed hammer.
Dive like that.
Two-headed. No, two-handed.
Ah, okay.
Two-handed.
I remember. Do you? It was in my late teens. We used to go to these concerts.
Oh, okay.
You and I like punk rock, but we like different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69. I like the more twisted ones, like The Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, but for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols. I wonder why that was. Seems strange thinking about it now.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
It's crazy that he goes now from movie to music trivia.
Yeah.
Basically, it's first of all bad B-movie stuff and then really good underground subculture music. You know,
Yeah.
It's quite a stretch actually. But I guess that's all in the eye of
Mr. Francis York Morgan,
you know, observer.
Mr. Stewart has been waiting for
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
the
probably
meeting
somebody's
room
like,
you
oh, my
shall
dad,
go.
listen to the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Hate the Sex Pistols.
Exactly. Why didn't he listen to disco or whatever?
Dolly Parton or something.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton is actually pretty cool. I like her. It's not the Sex Pistols, but...
Almost all music is good.
Yeah.
The meeting room is through here.
He looks like a enemy character, this haircut.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes, it is. And in order to get to Mr. Stewart, you always have to do puzzles. Sometimes these are basically the first puzzles in the game that can get a little boring because they are longer than the ones before, but this one is okay.
So now you have to...
So there were these 3 musical scores, and they were numbered in a certain way.
Yeah.
And you have to remember the numbers in order to solve the puzzle. The puzzles are pretty, benign or whatever you want to call them. But yeah. So there's a bunch of guest rooms, and they are all numbered from 1 to something, and you have to go in the ones that correspond with the numbers of the musical scores.
Okay.
And then you find something in there.
Oh, that weird bust. Who is that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because it's like looking sideways. Never seen that before.
It looks like a classical composer that never existed. That was a little bit crazy, maybe.
Huh.
Or maybe a mixture of a physicist. What is it called? Physics.
Yeah, it's I don't know, some kind of...
And musician. Classical musician.
Like a mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, no, I don't want to talk about that. It's like,
oh, you don't?
Did you listen to that podcast where they're talking about that the metronome was invented like at the end of Beethoven's time?
No.
And he actually used it. And that's why all the Beethoven sheet music is actually numbered with the metronome.
Oh. No, I didn't.
What do you call that? No, it's not tap. What do you call it?
It's beats per minute.
Beats per minute. And when you look at the classical Beethoven stuff, it's actually like twice as fast as they're actually playing it now. And there's like a professor who is researching this, and he was talking about that, why Beethoven did this. And they're like, okay, it was like his metronome not working right or something. And then they had like a professional orchestra, and they were playing the pieces as Beethoven was intending them to be played. And it's ridiculous. It's really twice as fast as you know them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's really interesting.
And it completely changes character.
It completely changes character. And they have this one theory that Beethoven was all about, or that's what people were telling about him, that he was about trying to get the most passion and emotions out of human beings. Mm-hmm. And that's how he treated the musicians of his orchestra. So he always made them play so fast that they were out of their comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And that's what got this special feeling into the music.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was tangent,
but that's really interesting.
But I thought it was really interesting.
Tea while it is hot. Too much coffee for your body will make it rot.
You seem well prepared. Almost as though you knew I would be coming today.
Mr. Stewart is particular about the best timing for all things. Now please, drink some tea and enjoy the good health it brings.
I'm sorry, Harry, but I just don't like tea.
Mr. Francis York, some tea with sugar is what's best in mind.
By your body that looks so tired. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, where did you get these seeds?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, those seeds were found in our camp in a certain specific place. Come back to me and we shall talk after you find that certain place. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, so you like to play games?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, a hint for you to find this location. It is most crowded and most quiet, and gives a cold sensation. So says Mr. Stewart.
All right. So you're not going to talk unless I find this certain place. I'll play along.
Sounds like a cemetery.
You are a genius. Yes, you're right. Which is really another thing that is really interesting. All the important places concerning Mr. Stewart's, information were behind him on the wall in pictures.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
The cemetery too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is.
And the cemetery just pans into the picture when he gives you the riddle.
Oh. So we're done?
We're done, yeah. The episode is finished again.
All right.
So I guess we'll do this again very soon. Hopefully, not in 4 months.
Yes, we'll do it maybe online.
Yeah, we can do now with Skype, the magic of Skype screen sharing.
Yes.
Without any lag. That's awesome. Very good.
Yep.